EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
They go play action here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Second and 10, it's Trubisky again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now an early third and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Trubisky to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 24. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second down, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake, Cousins. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On play action, Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now it's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On second down, Cook. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here today. Now Trubisky to throw on second. Dancing to his left. Fights loose. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Red, up. 18.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And it's 3rd and 5. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Here's Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Vikings 1st down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick six. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Wide.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep for Diggs. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Ready? We're going. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
You see it? Red, up.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. Taken in at the 11. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun. Black.
Final play of the half. Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Throwing. Cousins. Lets it go for Nelson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now Trubisky and Robinson with a big catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot
and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They start the drive with Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation, 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Gun.
Off the play fake. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw, Cousins. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Black.
Throwing is Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start with a give to Cohen, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Trubisky will throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears 1st down. Trubisky now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
There you go, we go. You see it? You see it? Gotta go. Yep.
This is Cohen on the toss. The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Verrett on the tackle.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Let's go.
Now it's Trubisky. And this is caught at the 8. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very solid gain of 27. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
Off the toss, Cohen. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Red, up.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are in for 6. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Wide.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Matt Wild now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
3 down. Let's go. Red. Hands up.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hands up. Hey, 18.
Now it's Trubisky. And this one is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
We're going. Let's go.
On 1st down, Murray. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They pitch it out to Cook, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Wide.
He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Robinson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Morgan. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Here's Trubisky to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And he got it. He splits the uprights from 50 yards out. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Minnesota, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago.
You